Time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Blue Current, moving you forward since 1929. Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning on Thursday. Hope you're having a great week. We are moving right along. We're moving right along. Chance of storms today, so make sure you check out Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer coming up after this. But we will begin with some news.
The search continues for the 22-year-old Springfield native Riley Strain. He's a student at Mizzou and went missing last Friday night in Nashville, Tennessee. Investigators have searched high and low, including along the banks of the Cumberland River. Sadly, surveillance video captured him as he was intoxicated, wandering down the street and actually toward the river. But so far, no sign of him. It's terrible.
It is terrible. Very, very
an
sad.
18-year-old is now charged with a felony of making a terroristic threat to the principal of Warsaw High School. The former student is accused of threatening to kill the principal because he was angry with him and shoot up the school. Witnesses told police about those threats, and police arrested the teenager and are now holding him behind bars.
Wow, that's also frightening. Then there's this. We're not letting up. The first three stories here. A man from Oregon is accused of driving to Springfield to abuse a 13-year-old girl he met online. 26-year-old met the girl on Snapchat, then drove to Springfield where he abused her. Authorities are warning parents about the people, predators really, that their kids could meet online and the dangers they pose. So keep a tight leash, parents. The man in this case is charged in federal and in state courts for crossing state lines. And it's a serious deal. Man, there's so much danger lurking online when it comes to our kids. And us too. We talked about scams the other day, but this is serious. Drury University has hired a new president. Dr. Jeff Frederick comes from Wingate University in North Carolina, where he is provost and executive vice president. He will start at Drury on June 1st and become the 19th president of the university. So congratulations to him and Drury. That's just a couple of weeks after Missouri State named a new president. So yeah, a lot of new in Springfield. And Greene County is trying to fill about 40 vacancies at the jail and is now offering some new incentives to try to do it. Greene County is willing to pay people 18 years old and older to work while they get their GED or high school equivalency. The student then has to commit to working 1 full year at the jail afterward. Greene County is seeing a problem with people applying to work at the jail, but they don't meet the educational requirements. So this would be a workaround, you could say.
All right. The Springfield Metro's unemployment rate rose in January. The Labor Department says Greene, Christian, Dallas, Polk, and Webster counties, that area, saw an unemployment rate in January of 3.2%, and that's compared with 2.3% in December. All right, now to this. This is an interesting story. Diapers and feminine hygiene products could get cheaper in Missouri if a new piece of legislation gets passed. However, it has failed before. Right now, those products, diapers and feminine hygiene products, are taxed at the same rate as luxury items, apparently, at 4.225% sales tax. But a group is trying to get that changed to get those items taxed as necessities instead of luxury, which is much lower. Then the tax rate would be 1.225% sales tax. A similar effort last year was passed by the Missouri House, but the measure never became law.
Well, that makes complete sense. I mean, when you ask somebody what's a necessity and what's a want, those are necessities.
Right. All right. Missouri's driver's licenses could get a stamp on them indicating U.S. citizenship. Some Republican House members are pushing for that due to an increase in the number of illegal border crossings. They say at issue is non-citizens voting, which of course is against federal law, but the state wanting to add another layer to that. The bill needs another vote of approval to move on to the Senate.
Okay, we'll be watching that. And this is something, the oldest restaurant in the state of Missouri is now closed. The oldest continuously opened restaurant. The J. Houston Tavern in Arrow Rock, Missouri, which is in the central part of the state, tiny town. It may actually be the oldest continually operating restaurant west of the Mississippi. Until now, the business is technically owned by the state of Missouri on the Arrow Rock State Historic Site. So the state has been leasing the restaurant space to different operators over the years, has had currently in a 10-year lease, but the operators who were in this lease said they couldn't finish the lease. They had to get out of the lease. So now the restaurant is closed, and the future of J. Houston Tavern is now in question.
All right.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have tried the food there. The oldest continuously open restaurant west of the Mississippi.
That's interesting.
That is, yeah. It's gone now. We missed our chance. This is cool especially for Royals fans. Legendary Bo Jackson is now a member of the Kansas City Royals Hall of Fame, where he belongs. Jackson spent 5 seasons in the outfield for the Royals. 4 of those years, he also played for the Los Angeles Raiders football team, which is mind-boggling. During his career with the Royals, he had 460 hits, 313 RBIs, and 109 home runs, some of them really long home runs. Bo Jackson is the actually only person ever to play in the Major League Baseball All-Star Game and the NFL's Pro Bowl. He will be honored before a Royals game on June 29th. So
that's awesome.
Good for him. Bo Jackson he was doing his thing when I was coming up and a teenager, and man, in the 80s, he was phenomenal, but I didn't recognize at the time how phenomenal he was. But there's a ESPN documentary. It's a 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson. If you're interested at all, I recommend you watching that, because he was just a freak of an athlete. To be able to play at the highest level, Deion Sanders did it too. But to be able to play at the highest level of 2 sports at the same time is unbelievable. Michael,
I had a shirt that said Bo knows.
Right. That was a very famous, fun commercial that Nike did.
Yeah.
Bo knows. And then it was Bo don't know diddly, and Bo Diddley was in the commercial. It was really good.
Yeah. I remember that because it was Nike, and it was a white shirt, and on it said Bo in fluorescent orange and knows KNOWS in black. I don't know why I remember that, but I sure do.
Yeah, no, it was a great campaign back when Bo was doing his thing. But if you have any interest, watch that documentary. It's really well done, and it tells the story. It gives you a greater appreciation for what he accomplished during that time.
Right. All right. Well, have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
Okay. Bright and early. See you then.